Okay, ano ba itong method of joints na tinatawag natin? Ang method of joints ay one way to analyze our trusses. Okay, dalawa yan. Meron yung method of joints tas method of sections. Ginagamit yon to know the internal forces or member forces ng ating mga truss in order for us to design them properly. Okay, so paano ba ginagawa ito? So in order to analyze or design a truss, it is necessary to determine the force. Saan? Doon sa mga members. So one way is the method of joints. Okay, this method is based on the fact that if the entire truss is in equilibrium, so yung buong truss natin ay in equilibrium daw, then all the joints are also in equilibrium. So dahil nga in equilibrium siya, kapag free body diagram mo yung iyong mga joints, then in equilibrium din sila. Okay, so to further understand, let us try to solve this truss below. So ano ba yung mga una nating gagawin dapat? Okay, may mga kailangan lang tayong tandaan. Sa method of joints, kailangan natin gamitin yung ating equations ng ating equilibrium. Okay, the summation of forces, na kung saan meron tayo dyan nung summation of forces along x equal to 0, and then summation of forces along y equal to 0. And also, we need the summation of moments equal to 0. So, itong tatlong ito, ayan yung tinatawag natin na equation of equilibrium. So, dyan, iikot yung pag-solve natin ng 2D trusses. So, let us start. Okay, first things first, dapat alam natin na i-drawing muna yung ating free body diagram. So, ang free body diagram or FBD ay diagram na kung saan yung ating member or yung ating structure ay free sa mga supports. Okay, so pag drawing na natin yung kanyang FBD.
So this is our truss. Okay, labels are joint A, joint B, and then joint C. We have here a 45-degree angle, and we know that this is 2 meters. Yan yung height niya. Tapos, 2 meters din yung haba ng ating truss. Tapos, dito sa point B, meron tayong 500 newtons. Okay, tapos, ito yung free body diagram.
Free sa supports yung ating structure at ipapakita natin yung mga forces ng support na yon.
So, dito sa joint A, meron tayong hinge. So, pag hinge, dalawa yan. Meron tayo ng reaction niya, A vertical, and then yung A horizontal natin. And then, yung C naman natin, it is A roller or A rocker. So, pag roller or rocker, meron lang tayong isa, perpendicular doon sa ating reaction. So, this one is CV. Okay, so that is the free body diagram of our given truss.
Okay, since alam na natin yung ating free body diagram, makikita na natin kung ano yung mga kakailanganin natin na forces. Unang-una, hahanapin natin yung ating support reactions para malaman natin yung AH natin, AV at saka CV. So pag a-analyze natin itong ating truss, kitang-kita natin ang ating horizontal force ay 500 newtons. At wala nang ibang horizontal dyan, kundi yung AH lang. So kapag tayo ay nag-summation of forces horizontal equal to 0, positive to the right, we will have our 500 going to the right, so it is positive, minus AH, kasi to the left siya, equal to 0, kasi wala nang ibang horizontal. So kitang-kita natin na ang ating A horizontal ay 500 newtons. Okay, so this is our reaction for A horizontal. Ngayon, if we are going to check our FBD, hindi pa tayo makakapag summation of forces vertical kasi dalawa yung unknown natin na vertical at wala tayong ibang vertical force na available. So what we are going to do is to take moments equal to 0, positive siya sa clockwise. Pwede tayo sa A, pwede rin tayo sa C. But let's just do it sa A. So summation of moment sa A. So if we take summation of moment at A, si A horizontal at si A horizontal tapos A vertical ay walang moment arm. So magiging 0 sila. Tatama sila dun sa point A natin. So ang maiwan lang is yung 500 at saka yung CV. So si 500, ang ikot niyan ay counterclockwise, pag ganyan. Ang ikot niyan ay counterclockwise. Okay, ganito. With respect sa point A. So, ibig sabihin, it is positive. And then the moment arm is 2. Yung ating CV naman is counterclockwise yung ikot niya, negative CV times 2 meters equal to 0. So, pag nilipat natin yung CV, okay, so magiging positive na siya. We have 500 times 2 here over 2 para malaman yung CV. So, our CV is just 500 newtons and it is going up. Okay, so tama yung ating assumption na pataas siya. This time, pwede na tayong mag-summation of forces vertical. Equal to 0, positive ang going up. Kasi, meron na tayong isang known na vertical force, that is the CV. Tapos may isa tayong unknown. So, we can now proceed dun sa ating summation. So, ang ating assumptions, AV ay going up. Tapos, yung ating CV is going up. So, positive then equal to 0. AV plus CV, which is 500, equal to 0. So, kita natin na magne-negative si AV. So, minus 500 Newton. So, ibig sabihin, dahil nag-negative siya, ang ating A vertical should be a 500 Newton, pero going down. Ibig sabihin lang yan, mali yung assumption natin na going up siya. Dapat going down pala yung ating reaction A vertical. So, alam na natin yung reactions natin. Okay, nandito yan sa gilid. Nakasulat na dyan as our guide. So, ngayon, pwede na tayong dumiretso at isolve ang problem na to by method of joints. Okay, so method of joints, ang ginagawa natin dyan, we start from the left going to the middle. So, gawin natin, start tayo kay A. So, at joint A, ang gagawin natin lagi, kung nasa ang joint tayo, isusulat natin. And then, pag na-identify natin kung nasa ang joint tayo, idodrawing na natin yung kanyang FBD. So, this is our joint A. Kanyang FBD ay...
Eto, meron tayong AV going down, which is 500. Tapos may A horizontal tayo, to the left, which is also 500. Tapos, meron tayong force AC. Okay, so kung saan tayo galing yun yung first letter ng force natin. So, galing tayo kay A, so A yung first letter. And then, we have our vertical here na force. So, this is our FAB, or force AB.
Okay, so we have now the free body diagram of joint A. Ngayon, tatandaan natin na sa method of joints, dalawa lang yung degree of freedom natin. Why? Kasi sa isang joint, ang nagagamit lang natin na equation ay summation of forces horizontal at saka summation of forces na vertical. So, we only have 2 degrees of freedom. Dahil 2 degrees of freedom lang meron tayo, ibig sabihin, we only, the maximum of unknowns na pwede nating makuha ay dalawa lang din. So, sa method of joints, laging tatandaan 1 to 2 unknowns. Okay? So, let us proceed. Ayan. So, we can start maybe summation of forces vertical since may vertical force naman tayong available. Positive pa rin going up. So, we have force AB which is going to the vertical na up. And then, we have minus AV equal to 0. We know the value of AV which is 500. So, our force AB will be the value of AV rin. So, we have here the 500 newtons. And it is indeed going up. And it is in tension. Okay. So, ano ba yung sinasabi natin na tension? So, pag sinabi natin na tension, or T, yung force natin is away from the joint. Okay. The force is going away from the joint. Ibig sabihin, hinihila niya yung joint. So, pag titingnan natin si AB dito, okay, ang direction niya mula dito kay A, pataas, so palayo siya kay A. So meaning, tension force siya, or tensile force. Ngayon, may kabaliktaran naman yan, yung tinatawag natin na compression. Okay, denoted by C, meaning, the force is towards the joint. Okay, pag compression, ibig sabihin, tinutulak niya yung joint. So kung halimbawa, meron tayong joint dito, yung force ay papunta dyan sa joint natin. So ayan yung compression na tinatawag. So tension away, compression towards. Okay, huwag kakalimutan yan. Okay, so alam na natin yung force AB natin. Next, let's use summation of forces horizontal equal to 0. Positive to the right. Ayan. Kasi hinahanap natin yung force AC natin na horizontal. So, pag titingnan natin, our horizontal forces are AH, negative siya kasi going to the left, plus force AC equal to 0. Kasi wala naman ng ibang horizontal dyan sa ating joint A. So, kitang-kita natin, our force AC is just equal to AH, which is equal to 500 newtons. So, ibig sabihin, our force AC is equal to 500 newtons, and tama yung ating assumption. It is going away, so therefore it is in tension. Okay, by the way, kapag tayo ay gumagawa ng joint, FBD joint, lagi nating assumption na yung ating force ay away doon sa ating joint. And then we will correct it afterwards kung sakali na mali. Okay, so we are now moving forward. Alam na natin si FAC natin and then FAB. Okay, in solving our force BC, yan na lang yung hinahanap natin. We can do it sa joint B or doon sa joint C natin. So, gawin na lang natin sa joint C tayo kumuha ng joint. Okay, but you can practice gawin yon sa joint B. Okay, so again, kung nasa ang joint tayo, isusulat natin. So, we are now at joint C. And then, i-drawing natin yung kanyang FBD. So, this is joint C. Meron ditong force, yung ating CV, which is 500 newtons. Tapos may horizontal tayo. Okay, assumption natin going away. So, this is force CA. Okay, since galing tayo kay C, mauuna natin na letter ay C, papunta kay A. But this is actually our AC rin lang. Okay, so this is also 500 newtons. Tapos, yung ating force CB, ayan. And we have an angle of 45 degrees. Since naka-inclined yung ating force, magkakaroon tayo ng components. So, meron tayong horizontal component at vertical component ng ating member or force sa CB. Now, pag-obserbahan natin, meron tayo dito na horizontal force from CA and then yung reaction natin na CV. So, pwede natin gamitin. It's either summation of forces horizontal or vertical since meron naman tayong component. At makukuha na natin yung force natin sa CB. So, let us try. So, if we use summation of forces vertical, for example, equal to 0, positive going up. So, ano yung mga forces natin na going up or vertical, I should say? We have our 500 newtons na CV. Tapos, yung force natin na CB, pero naka-component, so that is sine 45 degrees, equal sa 0. Okay. So, dahil kailangan natin ng CB, ililipat natin si C vertical. So, minus C vertical over sine 45 degrees. And since alam na natin yan, yung C vertical natin, which is 500, okay, substitute na lang natin. And then, divide natin sa sine 45. And that will give us 707. But it is negative 0.1 newtons. Since negative yung lumabas, ibig sabihin mali yung ating assumption. So, ayusin natin yan. Force CB natin is equal to 707.1 newton. Pababa siya, and it is in compression. Okay, so mali yung assumption natin na going up siya. So, ibig sabihin, bibilugan natin yan at indicate natin na it is going down.
So, basically, that is our method of joints. Okay, ginagamit natin iyan kapag kailangan natin hanapin lahat ng forces ng bawat members ng isang truss. Okay, so para mas appreciate natin yung galaw ng forces sa loob, okay, yung ating AB is in tension. So, dahil in tension yan, itong member na to, okay, yung member na to, yung force sa loob niyan is from the joint, papalayo. Okay. Tapos, mula din kay B, papalayo yung force. So, ganyan yung action ng force natin sa loob. Yung AC naman, tension din. So, ibig sabihin, from the joint, away rin siya. From the joint, away ulit. Okay. Tapos, kay CB naman, it is in compression. So, dahil compression siya, towards the joint. Okay, papunta siya sa joint. And then, kay joint C, papunta rin siya doon sa joint. Ayan. So, hindi man natin nakikita
hindi man natin nakikita sa mata natin, but we know mathematically kung ano yung action ng mga forces sa loob. So that is the method of joints, and I hope to see you on the next video.